WWE Raw viewership is down. Oh dear. So WWE's Raw viewership is the second lowest rating so far this year. And let's get into why. Considering the Superstar Shake-Up episode was a big drop in viewership, it comes to no surprise that the following episode yesterday was even lower. It's bad news for WWE indeed. This show drew only 2.3 million viewers. This was down from last week's 2.6 million viewers. That's a big drop from the last week's episode. However, where the real damage takes place is in regards to the hourly viewership. The first hour got a measly 2.68 million viewers. And the reason why I say measly is because this is just after Mania. There's no fucking excuse for it. Some people are saying, oh, the NBA playoffs. Like, fuck off. Like, don't use that as an excuse. The second hour was a measly, even worse, 2.29 million viewers. And the third hour is 2.14. So they went from 2.68 on their first hour to 2.14. And it's because of the show. The start of the show was terrible. I have seen a little bit of that. I have heard a bit that apparently they were doing the whole, I want a title shot, that whole routine where everyone comes into the ring. They need to stop that. Stop it. Get some help. Please get some help. Stop doing that. No one really cares. But yes, in reality, it is a big drop. I've gone into details as to why this is happening. And I said it over and over and over and over and over again. The reason being is because it's not story orientated. Raw needs to lead in to make honest, good stories, and then leads us into proper matches at pay-per-views. That's what wrestling always been. That's the way it's always been. However, they've just like flooded it with either shit stories and just shit motivations, etc., etc. And I'll just say it, like, you know my thoughts on it. It's not story orientated. It's aimed for a demographic that isn't even watching the show. It's really not even for casual fans when I think it should be. I think it should be enjoyable for all fans to go, yo, did you see Raw? Like, that's what they need. And the third and more important thing is, it's not TV-14, and I know that is a very smarky thing to say. It is, but at the reality, sometimes the easiest thing is usually always the truth. Daddy Batista says it best. Batista even turned around and says, listen, when he was with Chris Jericho a few years ago, he even turned around and said they've taken our tools away. And that's what this is all boiled down to. We were told that there was going to be different stuff, and what they were going to do with Seth Rollins maybe was different. In reality, it's just boring, you know. Is it really, you know? I'm bored of hearing about it. I haven't watched it either. I just seen I seen like the results of the first part where they did like the walking thing. That's it. But other than I haven't watched Raw even after Mania. Even at WrestleMania, I haven't watched it because it's just, there's nothing that intrigues me. The Bray Wyatt thing I kind of might watch a clip of just to see what the crack is with that, but they really need to do something different for the returning of the guard of fans coming back, and they need to do something explosive in the few weeks after Mania to keep this viewership, because trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I predict that this year is going to be the lowest viewership of all time this year. Oh, it's gonna happen. Trust me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel. Signing out.